I think we're gonna continue the episode. I don't know how long the episode is, but we're gonna continue. So let's keep going. But if it happens to be 2 hours long, I'll be making sure this cuts off as an episode, but we'll see. Shooting accusation. We were the only 2 people up on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that. Anything happened while we were sitting, don't you think one or the other one of us would have noticed? Chronicles, none of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly open it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the sky, where's your proof? I must say that listening on to this testimony, it is quite hard to imagine. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna make sure. Is it openable? Hold up. I had to make sure if I can really open. Let's check inside. Maybe we have to like check our court record. Like, we see if we can really open it. Suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Wait, what do you say again? Could it really be opened from outside the cabin? Probably. Alright, we'll see. Listening onto the side, it's quite hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any maleficent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right. You see? We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if you two of you are colluding with one another. What? Eh? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the 2 witnesses share no common dealings. Heh, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really? So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh. Yes, my lord. Oh, I guess all we can do is really press. So in no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not, Dickin. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. Saw the victim inside a closed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilded? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in. Let me stop you there, fellow, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? It's all about evidence in the courtrooms these days, so it is you do well to remember that. I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. Anything that happened where you were sitting, don't you think one of the other of us would have noticed? Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of lark? Is this some kind of joke, he said? Is that what this is? Perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if I could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut. You never open them again. That's extreme? It was extreme, I tell you. And we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear ye at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass and you were talking to someone. No, twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold, just hardly surprising. Seeing things. I believe we have reached an impasse here in this particular point. Yeah, you. Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition like I should be involved in, really. Hey, Chris, I must know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Lummy, no, not once, never. He never met the man before, he said never. And you, Mr. Frost, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You say, how many different ways can I put this? Now I must have the remotest connection. Who are inside the cabin? That's right, this is about motive. We had none. No motive, We got Miss McGilded. Well, that's not all, is it? Stop running, you idiot. Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time. I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a good look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now. It was like that on the night. So it is, of course. The fella the size of Mr. Mason could break right through it and still it all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Alright, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. So let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus in another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it, as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. Fuss. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking at daggers at me, sir. I went red as rude as I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be open. I tried when I was inside the cabin of shame. We got two different excuse me's. Skylight doesn't open, you say? So that proves it. We could have kicked the victim down in the cabin below, I tell you. None of us could. Nobody mentioned anything about kicking anyone? Like I said, the details are the little nuggets for best. It's the monologue we should be looking for. If you're so sure the victim fell through the sky, where's your proof? Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you called us both shysters. You branded us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? We were in much in the same position as one another here. Yeah. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. Couldn't say, I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. So it's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try and remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that's what we need now, is to find a conclusive piece of evidence? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Alright. Let's press these. I remember... Yeah, Mr. McGilded had something to say. Excuse me! Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for the thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe this fast approaching is not your repayment date. I beg your pardon? Hey, you borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. Unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on the... That is a good motive, to be honest. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You be making hats for a living, do you not? At their top half sliding under your head? Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm just still an apprentice here, I understand. Still finding the perfect fit or whatever fine gent walks through the door. Hey, the perfect fit, is it? Well, this is a very distinctive design, is it? Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such a strife-fired mason? There was a photographic printing of the victim submitted as evidence of force, my lord. This you mean? He was wearing a hat. I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh. That's one of my hats. What? Seriously? Hey, aye, that it is, so it would seem that the brickmaker was a customer of yours. So you do have a connection. Sort of customer I rate you can have a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goodness. No, sir, absolutely not, sir. Well, there was really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel! Arrgh! He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilder has certainly been through in his research, hasn't he? Who is this guy? Please don't let me this little interruption hold up the proceedings. Are you quite certain about that? It's I know Gina had something to say, right? Huh? Broke win? What do you have to say, Gina? Do you have something to say about that Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade? It opens. What? The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Don't shoot me, please. Oh, them skylights open dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, I broke wind. You can't do it from the inside, you mug. Oh? Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. I had a great haul, I mean. I had purses coming out of my ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the form we utilize in the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last rogue's purse, it got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't opt the bus and leg it. What I did was use the sky. I opened the catch and just jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch was for them skylights to be on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. Skylight opens from your roof deck? Bailiff! Climb onto the roof of the omnibus and once and verify the witness's claims. Can it really open? Oh, it slides open! Oh, I'm my hat! Let's see. Order! So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Let's check the court. Can we check the court record, please? Can I check the court record? Oh, we can't check the court record, but I can examine it. Shut before. Now the catch has been undone, so we should be able to open it. You can certainly see the inside of a carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp inside in the enclosed cabin. Sure, the witnesses were able to see quite clear. That's not good for us. Huh. Is that it? And I guess we present this. The witness's last statement clearly is off with this piece of evidence. No? I'm sorry, counsel, but I fail to see the connection. Oh? And for heaven's sake, would you kindly desist from that white panic-stricken look like you want to wear? But it's only panic-stricken look I know. Wait. They're supposed to be... I feel like I didn't check the omnibus correctly. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's check the inside. We didn't actually check the inside. Huh? There's blood! Wait, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you in through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, it's someone like me. What is it? Look, just here, look at this! That's, without question, it's blood. How would there be a blood stain here? Surely. Can't be unrelated to the case, can it? So did it blood freight visible on the skylight when it's open? Even there too? What's going on here? So the crime really took place on top the roof? Updated omnibus? There we go, much better. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. Yeah, I thought something was wrong. I thought I checked everything. I guess we had to check the inside. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts and irrefutable proof. It remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug! Oh, you can't possibly have evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. Counsel. Yes, my lord. I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly in the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out where does that proves the victim fell through the roof deck through the skylight. Where's that? By Jupiter! Is that blood? Arrgh. This blood stain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my. And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot be possibly guilty of this crime. No! Order! But the blood could have been spread up there when the cabin was stabbed from the inside the cabin. And only found its way in that particular spot on the skylight? Sure, that would have been very convenient. Oh. And let's keep this in mind that the skylight can only keep me unfastened from the roof deck. Myself wouldn't be able to open it now, would I? But there's no way for no to certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? This all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath of the shows. The poor fella dropped in a fair height right here. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies. My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages be sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park could have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2... 3. What? Huh? A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, what would you be referring to there now, Lord Von Zeeks? A blood stain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. What? What? What are you talking about? It's there for all to see. It's clearly blood. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over with the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can say with absolute surety that no such blood existed in the carriage. Maybe Scotland Yard probably didn't do their research properly. Maybe that's what. At least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Von Zieks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, while this court has been in. No. There's no way Gina could have gotten up there and just fabricated the blood. What? No. What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such a crude reasoning from the prosecutor from your standing, Lord Von Zieks. But Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the world, capitals for his fine contribution to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the bitter end, even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your hands dirty. And each time as it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of the stories, sir. Toot, my Lord Von Zieks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Huh? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say that this all sounds a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say. But if you used to all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone put a smear of blood in it without a world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend, here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words. As you wish. Someone have tampered with the omnibus during its trial. If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible. Fuck! Could have been possible to been tampered. Fuck. It could have been possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defense and as best as I can. But still, feels there's something even more important at stake here. There's no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in the terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh. Good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend had no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke. Oh! Fired by the witness and currently say Miss Gina Lestrange. Did she do it while the smoke grenade happened? Bang. Yeah. Maybe this was planted in the omnibus? The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all that chaos, it could have been impossible to steal inside the omnibus. So that's where we're going with this. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, ye? You rotten, feckless gouger. Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. This is a wicked plot. A plot to undermine me, so it is. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, what happened to a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as... To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we had the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, this was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Von Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When an omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the sky were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is a result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who was fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. There's anything else unusual about the omnibus? I have an inkling, but I have no idea. My lord. Yes, counsel. There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely cannot have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd better start watching your back. Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Grrr? This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. What exactly does this legend appear to be at some point during the trial? Could be the bloodstain. That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this bloodstain is so obvious, that's all. Yet Von Zeeks has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little... Was this blood planted? Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the... I don't think I've seen the blood there. Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Fake evidence? Surely, can it be? Arrgh. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate in the court, but this all over now. But you're the defendant. This over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw? This all nonsense. Facts are what counts. The fact is that bloodstain is there now. Well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, a good-for-nothing Reaper DeVille has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. And I'm scandalized, so I am, so I thought better of Lord Von Zeeks. Well, my lord, I must concur with the defendant. The unfirm recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much as in existence, and in an absence of the credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence. I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship cannot be serious. Lord Von Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, I believe as we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confer with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty, yes? Which would mean we've won. Was that really the right outcome here? But the truth! Is it really alright for the trial to end now with the unexpected inconsistencies? Do we just say, case closed, easy? Do we just be satisfied and just have a victory, even though it doesn't seem satisfactory at all? Case closed. Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be guilty. Right? Right? The defendant could be guilty. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot, in good conscience, attest to this defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. The defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question. Are you of sound mind? 'Twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, you have this for your troubles. Your job is done here, fella. Some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? Just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. This trial cannot go on anymore. Wait, are we seriously saying it's case closed? And your closing statement there was, how did you put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Damn you! We need to know the truth of the case. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence he received genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Unsightly rubbish would be disposed of promptly, I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed I ever doubted this lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that the proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. I guess it was inevitable. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby renounce the verdict of this court. But we still haven't determined if the blood-stained anonymous is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Von Zeeks. My lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord. But wait! You were evacuated from the courtroom. Lord Von Zeeks ordered the evidence be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time established by this court. Consequently, jury would not be required to prefer judgment. What? Well, Lord Von Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. As for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me it's been a grand waste of time? Just the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you had more to say to me, have ye? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Damn. Well, something to be looking forward to then. No! I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Woo! No one feels so happy about this. Woo! You know, like every case, I would feel happy after this and just like, wow! But can't believe it. This is an outrage. They have to examine the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. So this is the law system of Great Britain. That's messed up, yo. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, judge delivered his verdict, and my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. But are we satisfied with this victory? That's the question. (5:14 p.m. Old Bailey defendant antechamber. Damn it. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who's actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that narrates the defendant. It really doesn't matter. We only want to pursue the truth. Like, maybe a defense lawyer's job is to defend, but still. The defense lawyer is literally pursues the truth to believe in their client. So far, we couldn't believe in our client because we don't know the real truth. You carried your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGilded. Oh, that girl was with him too. Well, it seems that the stories are true. Oh, what stories? But the 6 enormous fireworks they be letting off on the verdict of not guilty. Sure, you must have seen them now. Spectacular, would you say? Yes, definitely. It was a sight to behold, to be sure it was. I have you to thank, I suppose. I suppose I have the opportunity to see it. I don't really know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. Whatever you're saying, fella, how do you walk you're a free man then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and all headstrong. Just water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. And nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and absurd deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They see it for what it is, they'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have, after all. I do be providing a good number of wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fellows. Oh, no, we couldn't possibly accept that much. I be with our young humble people. Are you from the east? Well, if you insist. You have this still and all. You deserve a reward. Magnus McGilded! Everything is ready, sir. Would you like to follow me into the courtroom? Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hopes not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. And they're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. As an upstanding member of London society, I'll do my best to help where I can. This is a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure to meeting yous. Hope you have a whale of a time while you're sitting here in Drake Japan. Whale of a time. Where have I heard that before? There he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! Please don't shoot me! Don't move. Don't move. Or I just want to say get a move on. It really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who is this little girl? I need to figure out what voice I should give her. I'm taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Huh. Oh, do you want to play? Do you have... She has a giant gun? It has a heart? Don't be... Excuse me, but... Who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm okay. Hold up, guys. I'm trying to think of a good voice for her. It's very hard to think of a little girl voice. Good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. Inventor? Well, okay, after this episode, I'll think of a new voice. Well, snow grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, more white. If you had to be shrouded in smoke, could he at least be a pretty color? I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all? I just took out my eyes for a moment while I was changing to a different omnibus she pinched it. Look, I fitted with a telegraphic beacon. Tell her what's it what? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, come with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean? Say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see? I knew you wanted to do the right thing in the end. Yeah, sorry about this. I had to figure out what voice I should give. We'll be leaving now then. Goodbye-bye. So sorry for all the fuss. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just mixing up what I should really think. She's something, of course. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now, too? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner than we arrived in London, we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. Has you already been planning to spend today in search of lodgings? In this late hour of the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. The worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we can spend a night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it'd be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. Not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easy as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have behaved for a lovely warm room or a mansion. Dang it, we're poor. And so, the trial of my work the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Yeah, true. This case was far from over. Huh? What? Why is it cool? Why is it on fire?
わかりません。私が駆けつけた時にはもう現場検証が始まるまで立ち入り禁止のはずではないか。まさか。
Get him out!
中に誰かいるのか。
Ah!
なんという。
Dang it. Is Mr. McGilded dead? He said he was gonna go back to the omnibus, but did he really went inside? I'm guessing we're gonna have to find out later, but I guess next time on Grace Attorney Chronicles. Of course, you guys will probably know this was a split 1 hour 55-minute episode, but I'm gonna be splitting it to 2. Don't worry, the previous episode I will not be in know, but I actually already know, so yeah. Anyways, See you guys all next time.